So that's it, goal line technology for 2016 Euros. It has worked for tennis and it's also working at the World Cup. So let's see if at the Euros it will be an added advantage. Let's go on with the show now. Tana Ayejino has just joined us. Award-winning Tana Ayejino keeps winning all the awards. Prolific writer, creative writer for Punch newspaper. He joins us now to take a look at all that is going down in your exciting world of sport. Tana, good to have you join us. Thank you for coming around. And I'm sure you're following. Eh?
Yeah,
but
sure.
What sort of story did you make out of that?
Man, I've been dazed. We're going back to, the glory days of our club football once again. I remember when Enyimba first won the title in 2003, when we played Ismaili. We lost that game, I think 6 or 7-1 over there, and then Enyimba picked up, and ever since they've become one of Africa's greatest sides. They won it a second time. And then they've been consistent on the continent, getting to the semi-finals of the CAF Champions League and even the CAF Confederations Cup. But at a point, they had it so bad. But we've always said, Enyimba, once, they are ready to go. They are ready to go. I think they've gradually gathered confidence. We have had the Felix Ayansi at the helm of affairs for the club. And they know what it takes to play on the continent. For me, I was a little bit shocked yesterday. Why? Because I thought they were not in the right frame of mind. You go into a game and 3-0 up, and then in that same, in the next game you are, you are tied. But there was so much character in the team. They held on. They held on. The same Enyimba quality we used to see, in the early 2000s, gradually started showing. For me, if Enyimba plays any team in Africa, then I was always very sure if it was a North African side, Enyimba were going to triumph, and I could see that. We knew the era of Enyimba in goal. When it was time for penalties, he will be pulled out and Dele Ayenuba will come in. So Theophilus Afeloka, such memories just came back. Enyimba will hold on, win their games on penalties, and if they want to win, they win well. I think that trait has gradually returned back to the club side, and going to the group stage for me is just a return to the glory days of club football. A testament that the Nigerian league has actually come of age.
That's true.
Yeah,
I agree.
And these players you see have seen so much. In North Africa, they are going to overwhelm you. They are going to make sure that you don't play your game the way you want to play. And if these players could come out, amidst all the violence, all the challenges, and they come out and eke out such a result, you never can tell.
I know.
What will happen in the group stages. Wow. This club is destined for greater things. For me, I'm tipping them as the bigger boys in the competition.
And Cecilia, the NFF, they've said they will support Enyimba. It's very, very important that they do that. Let's see if we can, give them support. I'll take them all the way. The NFF should start by writing to CAF now.
Yes.
Look at what our team suffered in Tunisia. They shouldn't do the same thing if they're going elsewhere.
Yeah, and will I say fortunately or unfortunately, now we don't do that to visitors. We don't do that. I remember Cardinal still were together.
Yeah.
When the Egyptians held us a 1-1 draw here, the Nigerian fans were
taking pictures.
Taking pictures of the players, hailing them and all that, shouting El Neni, the Arsenal fans, and all that. We don't do that to our visitors. So why do you do that to us? If you want to become champions, you must play against the best. Etoile, they are one of the biggest teams.
They've won everything you can think of.
Why do all this? In Europe, you have to play against the best for you to win. But in Africa, you have to play against the worst. Against the worst. Yes, the worst conditions, you're going to play against it. What's more than this? If maybe a player got injured or got, even killed in such a violent situation, what are we going to do? And CAF doesn't seem to be taking charge of situations like this. For me, Etoile should be fined. And if possible, they should be banned. To serve as a deterrent to others. You don't do that to people's lives.
Play their games behind closed doors.
Of course, or play their games behind closed doors. There should be a heavy fine on them.
The referee was hit by rock. So the referee should put that in his report.
Of course.
Tell the match commissioner also that this place isn't safe.
Of course.
Because we need to protect lives when they come out.
But still, we're playing a CAF Champions League game.
Exactly.
And people are not getting regular tweets, are not getting updates.
Look at that.
In Europe, we get everything we want to get. But in Africa, we cannot. CAF must check this.
I think also CAF should also go beyond just televising some matches, because you had the one of Melissa Sanders and Vitas. That one was on TV. But I'm thinking there's a way they can actually, because when the game is on TV, I think maybe the fans will behave.
Yeah, of course, to some extent.
When it's being broadcast live, that's another step they can also take.
Tell you that at that stage there's not much money
until they get to the group phase.
That is
but I think the qualifiers is also important, because this is happening, and with this they can just think just think twice on how you can actually do it.
Yeah, sure.
It's something they can do.
I'm
They should
glad
just
we've
think of how
spoken
they
about
can do it.
So it's up to the NFF, that the Nigerian Football Federation needs to, take this up now. Petition the Tunisian FA, petition CAF also. We need to ensure that players are safe when they go out there, when they travel out of their country to play football. Let's take a look at the papers now, Cecilia. What do you have?
Okay, Sporting Sun here. Okay, I don't like the headlines anyway, but I'll start with this funny one. NFF crisis, Giwa rejects peace, appoints dead referee for league tie. Okay, this is coming from Sporting Sun. I don't know what that...
Dead referee?
I'm not saying it. It's on the front page. I mean, the top...
What sort of headline is that? I don't understand as well. I don't know who's giving Giwa peace in the first place. I don't know what position does he occupy in Nigerian football apart from owning a club known as... that goes by his name.
Well, he said he has his own faction, NFF.
Well, I think that is factional. Everybody can have their factions, depending on what you want.
Have my own faction.
Well, I know you wouldn't want to put Nigerian football in crisis, so you won't have a Sicilia faction of the NFF. But of course, what is the justification for all this is doing? I mean, we've had a case that was thrown out of court. That was withdrawn from the court 2 years ago. The Court of Arbitration for Sports, which FIFA says should arbitrate football matters equally throughout this case. So what are you coming here to do? What are you coming back to do? But I know the young man, I don't know how old he is anyway. Maybe he's just trying to, cash in on Nigerians' inability to qualify for 2 consecutive Nations Cup, work on the psyche of Nigerians and tell them, hey, this federation is not doing well, we need to do this, but we must follow the rules. What peace is he talking about here? He's brought crisis into the football body, now he's talking...
Exactly, so for me, that story, even saying that he's rejecting peace, once again now says, what's the point? If people are trying to say, okay, we don't want all of this instability, we need our football to move forward, we have failed to qualify, everybody needs to come together, work as a family, and if you're rejecting peace, and it means you're not for the good of Nigerian football.
Yeah, that's it, Austin. That's it.
Yeah, I think then another one is Amodu takes over Super Eagles.
Well, Cecilia, I guess his health will probably have improved by now. If you recall, he was given the job and he rejected it after he said left due to health issues. Maybe he's taking over again. We've always ran to him at such moment for him to... I think we're having some friendly games next month. Probably they want him to take charge of the team.
Well, what about the Boboye and the Kennedy and
these are some of the things that's always changing our football. We don't take decisions. We take decisions before even going to think what these decisions will be. What I'm talking about. You're bringing in those set of young coaches. You are bringing in an Amodu. How are they going to work? Nobody knows, but probably maybe they have their plans out.
But
I think so.
For Imama and Coach Boboye, it's for the friendly games. Hopefully, they'll do that with Salisu Yusuf and then Coach Amodu Shaibu.
So if Amodu is taking over now, is it after the friendly games now?
That's what the NFF needs to clarify.
Okay,
that's what they need to clarify.
Okay. The last one from the home scene here: Rio 2016 CRCA shortlist 10 overage players.
Wow, 10.
10.
If we have a whole lot of 10 overage players, then how many is he going to shortlist for the year? No, he's to pick 3.
3.
Yeah, 3.
He's picking just 3, and you have 10 already.
It's okay.
Yeah,
shortlist, so then you now start, cutting
large
down
pool
till
for
you
him,
get to your